Hello everyone, welcome back to the S-Defense channel. Today we'll talk about finally, Pentagon announces rocket launcher transfer to Ukraine. Before watching the video, please like, comment, and subscribe my channel. After months of urgent pleas from Ukraine, the Pentagon has finally decided to send a high-mobility artillery rocket system to Ukraine to fight off invading Russian forces. This system will provide Ukraine with additional precision in targeting at range. The Ukrainians have given us assurances that they will use this system for defensive purposes only. These are critical capabilities to help the Ukrainians repel the Russian offensive in the east, which responds to Ukraine's top priority ask. Under Secretary of Defense for Policy Colin Kahl told reporters in a Pentagon briefing. In existence for many years, HIMARS are mobile rocket systems that can hit targets as far as 50 miles away. Though it is not clear how far the HIMARS Ukraine will receive will be able to travel to targets. However, the Pentagon appears to be offering precision-guided rockets able to travel up to 90 miles. The weapon, called GMLRS, for Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, is a GPS-guided precision rocket. The GMLRS made its combat debut during the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and was responsible for successful strikes on Taliban leaders. These kinds of precision weapons could prove extremely impactful when it comes to targeting Russian rocket launchers, mechanized columns, or force concentrations. We've already pre-positioned the systems in the theater so that we can deliver them expeditiously. I think it's important to keep in mind, though, these aren't turnkey. These, of course, are systems that the Ukrainians need to be trained on. We think that'll take around 3 weeks. A 3-week training period is a long time considering that Ukrainian forces and civilian areas continue to be bombarded with missiles, rockets, and artillery, much of which is targeted at neighborhoods and civilian areas. There is some room for interpretation regarding how the rockets could be used for defensive purposes. It raises the question as to whether firing rockets into Russian territory would constitute offensive use. Kahl made a point to explain that many Russian targets such as rocket launchers and artillery are within the borders of Ukraine, suggesting that targeting those systems would be a useful way to use the guided HIMARS rockets without hitting across the border into Russia. They've given us their assurances that they're not going to use these systems for striking Russian territory, and we trust the Ukrainians will live up to those assurances. This still leaves a few unanswered questions, however, given that Russia continues to fire air and ground-based rockets and missiles from the Russian side of the border. Wouldn't striking them arguably be defensive? Some rockets and cruise missiles can travel at ranges up to 200 to 300 miles, meaning they can attack at great standoff ranges and terrorize Ukrainian communities. Launchers for some of these systems are most likely in Russia and could arguably be considered appropriate targets for missiles defending Ukrainian territory. So that is it, guys, for my today's video. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you very much for watching.